All right, so today I'm working on the rear steer for this rig. Basically all I did was pull the wheels and tires and the links loose on the rear. Pulled this whole rear axle setup off. This has the extended axles on it. So you can see the difference in width here. This is a stock front. I bought a whole new stock front because thought I was gonna need axles and everything, which I did need a front housing anyways, but probably could have used this treel that I haven't installed yet. But I kind of want to put it on the front, so do that later. So yeah, I'll have to swap out the axles. I have another set of the extended axles that will have the fronts in here also. So I'm having to use two sets of front axles on this rig, but we'll get that done. Pulling this drive shaft off and put the Shapeways links on here. That way there's less slop. Running hot racing on the front of all my rigs, and I really like those, but I had ordered these Shapeways before the hot racings came in stock. Just hadn't used them yet, so I thought may as well throw them on the back of this rig, see how they do. So you can see a lot less play than stock. So now I'm basically going to hook my links back up and try to get this thing installed. All right, so they got the shocks back on. Probably gonna have to do this like I did the front with the aluminum Charisma shocks. I had to put a washer on there to be able to use those screws because the screw wanted to pop through the little ball stud there. But you can see that knuckle is hitting that screw right here. The backside of this knuckle hits this screw head, limits its travel there. So I took the hobby knife, trimmed the back of this off, just like from right in here across, and it's been working on the front, so I'm gonna do that on the rear. Okay, so I don't know if you'll even be able to tell it on camera or not, but I did cut some of that off, and now it's got plenty of turn radius. Probably won't even max that out anyway, so gonna try to install this servo and see what happens. All right, so I went ahead with the savox. Just used the longer screws that comes with it. Try to mount it in here halfway straight for now, and just gonna run with it like that for now. I'm gonna go ahead and swap out these axles real quick. That way I can get the tires on and everything, and then we can get this set up and show it off. So all you gotta do is pull your wheel nuts and pins there, and then take out this screw on top of the C-hub. Screw on the bottom. Probably could have did this before I hooked all the steering links up and been easier, but I was debating if I was going to do it now, or I was kind of excited to hook up the four-wheel steering and roll with it, but figure I may as well do it all at once. So pretty simple. That one slides out, this one slides in. Line it up. These MIPs are the greatest. Should have bought them a long time ago. I've struggled with some little cheapos for a long time and finally bought some MIPs and I'm loving them. So these extended axles come with this little spacer, and then the millstones had an extra spacer, so I just went ahead and used it because it all fits better like that. And I may install the weights on the back here eventually. I have the weights on the front with the millstone. Basically all they do is they take the place of that little brass spacer I put on. This goes on it instead, and then you slide the pin through. Pretty simple. I'm gonna do this other side and then we'll get this hooked up. All right, so got the GT5. So you want to scroll down to crawl. You can see there I have it. That's front steering. So we have front steer. And then cycle over. You have rear steer. There's your crab crawl. Pretty cool. And there's rear steer. Oops, sorry. I already did rear steer. That's all four. Okay. I was like, what? You don't want to set it in the off position. You can see what happens. And then it just locks up. You have to be in crawl mode with the rear servo hooked up. And then that's how you get just front steer only, A. In the off, you can't do off. It does this, so it's kind of odd that it does that. But if I centered my servo with this off, if I took the arm off, centered it up with that, when I flipped through these, it was way off. So basically I put it on A, where it's just front steer, which I need to fix my trim on my front end. It looks like a little bit. And the back, haven't did that yet, but set it up on A to where it's front steer only in the crawl setting, and then I stuck the arm on trying to align things, and now it's fine. So pretty cool. I just can't get over it. It's just too cool. So, got a lot done today with this thing. Got the revolver in, 4-wheel steering. Let's go. We gotta get some crawling in. If you have any questions on this, just holler at me. I do believe, let's put this on, oops. Front steer, and then we would go to our trim, and this is in channel 3, so then you would adjust channel 3, and it's slowly moving it. I don't know if you can see it. So you just adjust your trim as needed like that, and then you're set. The only thing I don't like about this GT5, like I did the old setup I had, the old setup, your steering modes were on a button here, and as you hit it, it would cycle through them, and then you just went from one to the other. I guess it's kind of nice that you can just leave it up on this and roll the wheel, if I can get in it, and see what you're into instead of just having to hit the button like 5 times to cycle through. You know, instead of you're in rear steer and you want front, well, you got to hit the button 4 times to get the front steering. On here, you know, you just go to A. So both kind of have their pluses, I guess, but overall I think it's going to be really cool. We'll get some crawling in with it. If you have any questions on this, hit me up. Appreciate y'all watching. Peace.